You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
We called mom because sometimes that helps de-escalate her.
What did she just say?
I can never tell.
What is she saying now? What is she saying now?
She's saying that's not my fault.
Okay, so what is the, let's follow up on that. What is the, that's not my fault? What did she just say? I know she said that's not my fault. What is the, that's not my fault? Is anybody engaging her or talking to her and asking her what's not her fault?
I'm talking to you.
No, I don't care. I don't care about that. You want to talk to me? I'm not there. Let's talk to her. Who's going to engage her? All behavior is communication. Listen to me. You're not the only person. You're not the only person with who's educated in this. Don't have me match credentials, and you don't know who I really am. So listen to me. All behavior is communication. She's communicating. Who's listening to her? I don't need you to talk to me. I need somebody to communicate with her. Because when I get up there, she's not in trouble with me. Because I see a lot of ignoring my daughter. My daughter is an active girl, a 5-year-old. No one is communicating with her. You want me to suppress the behavior, but we're not getting to the root of the issue. She said that's not my fault. I don't hear anyone else talking to her. And you can't do it all, Miss Drake. Even though they may want to put it all on you, you can't do it all. So who do you have to support you? Who should be talking to my daughter? So let's engage that conversation. Don't talk to me. I'll listen. I'll stay on the phone with you. Ask her what's not her fault.
Okay. All right.
Come on. Let's work together. Let's go. Don't talk to me. Talk to her. I'll listen.
Okay. Ava. Hi. Okay.
Talk to her like she's your daughter.
Can you tell me what happened, Ava?
Oh, shit.
So the brother said, don't let school officials gas you up to be against your kids. They are your kids. Be their voice. I am for the child. Instructor Mike said, and this is why I fight for my daughters when allowed to. There are teachers who have unresolved traumas themselves who project them on our kids. If her mother and I don't advocate for her, who will? Education and community awareness is key. You have to be able to spot when they have plans for your children for their benefit and not for your families. This person said, I've had calls like this. Go sit in to observe. Then I see why my child is behaving as he is. The teacher is not always the bad person. Teamwork. He replied, correct. Her mom and I are volunteered approved and DCFS background checked. Her mom and I have asked for observations. No dice. So one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this video, more specifically, the top reason I wanted to do this video and showcase this is due to the fact that there is a notion out here that a whole bunch of people want to run with, which is black fathers don't exist, which is black men are not fathers, which are black men don't want to be dads, which is black men don't want to raise nothing, which is black men just want to run around and get women pregnant and pregnant and pregnant and pregnant and pregnant, and women are just left to do whatever it is that they have to or need to do. And the main thing that I want men out here, if you have a social media platform and you are actually about that life of caring about black men, caring about the narrative, caring about the things that are being put out, and 9 times out of 10 they're overwhelmingly negative pretty much all the time, then it is up to you to start placing and putting out videos showcasing the positive aspects of black men, because far too long we have had people from all over, don't matter the walks of life, don't matter who it is, don't matter if it's friend, foe, family, whoever. Far too long, the main narrative has been spun that black men are not fathers. Again, I've done several videos directly on the specific topic, on top of giving specific stats from the United States government who keeps track of all of these things. And they have stated that black men out of every other group out here are both in and around their children's lives more than any other group of men out here in the United States. Like I said, stats don't lie, right? So again, somebody would, if these stats are lying, somebody would have to let me know, what benefit does the United States government get from putting out these stats? They don't get anything from it. Because in general, if we look at Father's Day, dads are not supported. Even if dads are actually present, they're not supported. They're not celebrated, right? They're just not. Because we clearly see how whenever it's time for whoever else, it could be grandmother's day, grandfather's day, whatever, you clearly see how people get celebrated, how they get, looked at, right? And then you look at Father's Day, right? You look at the advertisement for other days, and then you look at the advertisement for Father's Day, right? So again, the main thing that I'm stating is that two things. It is up to the black men out here. Like I said, I can't speak for every other man out here because that is not my job. If you are a man of another section around this planet, it is up to you to start that initiative amongst your own so that it can be beneficial for the men of your group. I can only be solely worried about black men and how it is that the narrative is spun, because that narrative specifically, right, impacts me, right? That impacts how people potentially see me, right? If I'm out here, looking for black women, whatever it is, that's going to impact that, because in their minds, they're going to be like, oh, there's another black man. I bet you he's not going to be a father, right? That'll be the main thing that they'll, end up stating. They won't look at anything else. That'll be the main thing that they'll think about. Why? Because they've heard this narrative so many times, right? They've even heard these narratives from women who don't even have kids. So it's like I said, it's crazy how, a lot of these things get pushed out, and how it is that people 100% believe this, even though we have visual and factual evidence of black men being that. I'm not just talking about a few and far in between. I'm talking about millions of black men who are present both in and around their children's lives. But like I said before, nobody wants to focus in on the positive aspect of a black man doing something, benefiting the community, benefiting black women, benefiting black children, or or benefiting anybody else. They don't want to focus in on that. Why? Because nobody can, continuously make content about that, right? People can't continuously make money off of that, right? The news ain't going to, report on it. The news ain't going to say nothing about it because they can't make real money off of positive news surrounding around black men. People ain't going to tune in for that. Black people are not even going to tune in for that. But you know what everybody's going to tune in for? Let it be something that took place. Several people ended up getting hurt. Several people ended up getting harmed or something like that. In the face of it is a black man, right? Some type of robbery or whatever it is, some type of crime basically took place. In the face of it is a black man. Everybody will tune into that. Everybody will be talking about that. Everybody will sit up there and once in a while mention, that story, that article, that blog. They'll be like, oh, that dude looks similar to this other story that I heard about. This black guy did this, and that. Right. But you never hear people talking about like, yo, I know this positive black man, like, yo, these 5 black dudes right here are similar to that guy. They look just like. Nobody ever says that. I've never heard that take place or happen. But everybody can always associate one black male face with 10 to 100 to 1,000 things negative directly out here that is going on. And that's crazy. So again, I'm just stating for the black man out there, you can't 100% depend on other people to speak for you, to put out a narrative, especially a narrative that is deserving, a narrative that needs to, be placed, a narrative that needs to be set. Everybody else out here has a narrative, both positive, right? Overwhelmingly positive, and then some negative. Black men are the only ones out here that have just a negative narrative, and that's it. When you literally ask people to list positive things about black men, chances are they're not going to list a lot of things, because their mind has been so warped by a lot of the misinformation out here that all they can do is just think about and deem black men as something negative. So again, this is why it is up to black men to put out the narrative of how it is that we are there, how it is that we are present. Because it's not just us that it's going to impact, it's also going to impact our sons as well. And that's the other thing that a lot of these people don't even care about. The narrative that they put out of about black men is going to inevitably end up impacting these young black men who had nothing to do with nothing. all of the bad and terrible experiences that people want to talk about. Young black boys, young black men have nothing to do with those. They just started life. They have nothing to do with those. But yet they want to throw those types of brandings. They want to throw those types of opinions. They want to throw those type of assertions directly on those young boys and those young men who don't deserve it at all. And that's wrong. So it's up to us to basically protect them. And again, I wanted to bring forth this video to showcase the fact that you do have fathers out here that are present, that are there. It's just the fact that a lot of people don't want to focus in on that. This man is not going to get the type of respect and everything like that as he should be getting. Because why? He is a black man. He is present. He is a father. The main excuse that people are going to sit up and say, oh, I don't got to give him nothing because he's doing what he should be doing. He's doing what he should be doing. Nah, he deserves that respect because in the black community, black fathers are not celebrated. They're not. You have millions of black fathers that are actually there and present, and they're not celebrated. They're not appreciated. The only time that black male role models, positive black men, black fathers, black stepfathers, right? What's the other terminology that they got? My brother's keeper, and it was another one. Somebody could probably write it down in the comment section if they made it this far. But all of those positive black men, all of those titles, those guys aren't celebrated. The only thing that gets celebrated in the black community is the negative things that you have some of the black men out here doing. Those are the ones that get polarized. Those are the ones that get published. Those are the ones that get celebrated. Those are the ones that get talked about, right? It don't matter if it's good or bad. They're still getting talked about. Their images and their names are getting pushed around. While behind all of that, the good black men that are out here, the good black fathers that are out here, they're getting swept under the rug. The black men that want to be stepfathers, swept under the rug. The black men that don't have kids, but they want to be a father to somebody's child through some type of form of an initiative, swept under the rug. Like I said, it's crazy. And again, it goes back to the whole main thing of that anything negative that is said about black men, you are able to make money directly off of. So people are going to continuously keep profiting and putting out those stories. They're going to keep doing it because it's profitable. Now, let it be a moment in time that it becomes lucrative to start pushing out positive stories about black men. Watch how many people start showing up out of the woodworks, magically loving black men, magically celebrating black men, magically saying great things about black men. It'll be a ton of them because, yet again, it's another way, it's another narrative, right, for people to sit up there and make money. And the main thing that I'm stating is that at the end of the day, when that time comes, just know that at the end of the day, 95% of those people realistically don't even care about those stories. They don't care about black men. They don't care about anything positive. It's about the money at the end of the day. But again, much love, respect, and shout out to all of the positive black role models, the fathers, and everything in between in black community.